Hello everyone, Professor Krzlik here at Pullman National Historical Park in Chicago, Illinois. So as expected yesterday, Graham Platner won the Democratic primary in the state of Maine. And so now he will face Susan Collins in the general election. So although it wasn't a surprise that Platner won, those running against him were barely even campaigning until a few days ago. It may have been a surprise to people that Mills was even still in the race because she wasn't putting out any ads or anything. So maybe unsurprising that Graham Platner won. So now we will see Graham Platner and Susan Collins. And so as I was reading about this race before this video, the main idea is that the race is going to be close. It's going to be a toss-up. So like so many races, it'll really come down to can either candidate get people to the polls. It's not just between the two parties, but it's also between the two parties and the couch, something I say to my students a lot, because a lot of voters will just stay home. And so if you follow Democratic politics, one thing that, sorry, my Huskies are with me. Yeah, my Huskies are hanging out. So one thing that you will hear a lot about is, well, because Graham Platner seemingly carries a lot of baggage, will that cause some Democrats to stay home? And then if that happens, if some Democrats are like, well, I just don't want to vote for Platner because of the baggage he carries, even if his opponent isn't super popular, that can depress turnout enough that then Graham Platner loses. So it's going to be an interesting race in Maine to see if voters hold Platner, if they hold some of his scandals, some of the stories that have came out against him, do they hold that against him, or do they like his policies enough that they are willing to overlook some of his perceived shortcomings, still vote for him over an incumbent Republican? So it's going to be an interesting race. It's going to be an interesting couple months up into the general election to see how the campaign. Does Platner's past hurt him, or are voters willing to overlook that? A smaller state like Maine, Graham Platner can meet more voters and hold more town halls and door knock more, so that might help him overcome some of these shortcomings in a place that a big city, a big state wouldn't be able to meet all the voters. So it'll be an interesting couple months here.